In a previous video I showed you an artificial intelligence chat service that could be expanded as its benefits. But one of the common questions is how can you have on your own infrastructure something like that? In other words, how to install something like this? The easy answer is it depends, because in the case of this server, that is this one here, I used Docker, that is a service again to have, let's say, frozen meals, in other words, food that you just have to cook. In this case, you just have to run some lines of code and that's it, you have something ready, even though somebody would argue. The problem is that, as I also said in the previous video, is that what you see here has a service that you see and a service that you don't see. And so it has some complexity. If here I want the list of the folders I have, you see that I have one called AI stack. If I enter it with this comment, with that command, sorry, and I list the files again, you see that I have a compose file, and the compose comes from Docker. You have to think about it like a Lego. You have something that you put on top of each other. If I say nano compose YAML to see what's inside that file, you see that we have various services. As I said, OpenWebUI is our interface and Ollama is our actual back office that has the large linguistic model. And then beside those two services we have the memory, that in this case they call volumes. And what happens if you don't put volumes? That when you have a restart for whatever reason, for example weather linked or reboot associated to an update of the system, you lose the history, and so let's call it memory. And in these configurations I decided to create the volumes manually. So that is one, let's say, advanced way to have such service. It is useful when you want to do something serious with such kind of technology stack. But if you want to experiment, there is a much quicker way in terms of accessibility, and that is Pinocchio, that allows you to install AI services with one click, even though I don't really agree for all the services you see here. So in my case I installed OpenWebUI, download. Before I said it is fast in terms of easiness. It will take a while to download this because it will install Python, all the dependencies, and it creates an encapsulated environment where it runs this. So in my case it took like 30 minutes to install it, but most likely you have a better connection than me, so it will take less time. So after it downloads all the stuff, you can share it also to your local network. In my case I have a virtual private network, or you can even make it accessible. And I really like those two features of Pinocchio. Here is the terminal. In case you have errors, you can check the details linked to it and have a solution. And before I said, I don't really agree that you can install it with one click, because as I also wrote down inside the folder, if you install it without installing Ollama, you have this kind of error. So you have to go to Ollama, click here, download, Windows, and then you have also to download the models in the command line, doing, for example, llama run llama 3.y. That's an idea. But I don't have it running at the moment, so of course I have this error. So this is the fastest way I know, that involves 2 steps and some waiting. You could wonder why I didn't install it via Docker also on the computer with the GPU. For a very technical reason, that gives problems, and so I decided to install it like that. If you want to understand which reason, ask me in the comment, and you will discover something that will make you see more in a good light public administration. Closed parentheses. That's all for this video. I hope I convinced you why it's better to install some AI services in a certain way than another. If you need further assistance or you want to understand how to integrate those services inside your company, you can book a free call with the link you see in the description. Bye and see you the next time.